makeup?
They're the questions only ET viewers could come up with.
Lucy, what I want to know is, what do you consider a good date is?
And Lucy lets loose with all your answers. That's Monday.
Heather have more of Elton John's moving tribute to Princess Di when we come back.
Who shaped the Chicago Symphony Orchestra is dead.
Lucy Lawless tells us she hopes to be flawless in an upcoming brand new episode of Xena, something like that. Lucy Lawless hopes to conquer Broadway this season, but she's already won over fans of her show. She gave us a sneak preview of some brand new episodes. The New Zealand native is the latest star to tackle the role of Rizzo in the musical Grease. She took some time out to talk to us about the challenges of her new role and her devoted fans. She also gave us a little peek at what Xena will be up to in upcoming episodes.
A really good time. It's hard. This is really hard work. There's an incredible amount of choreography in this, and it's nerve-wracking, but very fulfilling, and I'm loving every terrifying minute of it. And New Yorkers have been incredibly supportive as well. They give me so much. I just want to give it all back. I think just women's groups generally, whether they're gay or not, have taken Xena to their hearts. These people, more than any other, the women at the Meow Mix and other gay bars around town, lesbian bars, are responsible almost single-handedly for making our show hip. There's a schism coming, a rift between the two friends, and the audience is going to find themselves very challenged by some pretty dark episodes coming up. Somebody has a baby. There are children involved, and there's some very adult issues. A lot of taboos are going to be touched on and broken, and I hope our audience can hang in there. It's pretty adult fantasy fare.
Just a reminder that Xena can be seen every week right here on the WB11. Mary?
Right before the news.
That's right.
Talk show host Larry King is in seventh heaven after tying the knot.
Plus football and U.S. Open tennis highlights coming up now. The avenue we're taking you is 42nd Street, where the best of Broadway turned out today.
And all the world thought they knew her. What was that special quality that Princess Diana had? We'll be right back.
Times Square this afternoon to see Broadway's brightest stars perform in the Broadway on Broadway outdoor concert. The extravaganza also affords theater-goers the chance to see new shows that will soon open, including Paul Simon's musical The Cape Man. Beth Feldman was there.
It was the hottest show in town today, and you didn't even need a ticket. From hardcore theater goers to the curious, Broadway on Broadway lured an estimated 50,000 to Times Square for a sample of Broadway's best.
This is so great. It's like the end of the summer party, you know, the last fling. I mean, it's like a big block party, but it's all Broadway show numbers.
Mary Lou Henner, Chicago's shining star, was just one of the celebrities from 22 shows that came out to strut their stuff. Lucy Lawless, the popular Xena warrior princess, traded in her sword for bubble gum as the tough-talking Rizzo in Grease.
I loved that as a child, so it is absolutely a dream come true.
It's not just the actors basking in the glow of success. The star-studded spectacle gives the new Times Square a chance to shine. for the Times Square Business Improvement District and the League of American Theaters and Producers, Broadway on Broadway is a stamp of approval. When the bid started 6 years ago, there were 3 empty office towers. Crime was the highest in all of Manhattan. We had something like 52 porn shops, and the streets were filthy. Now what you have is new businesses coming. Mayor Giuliani says Broadway is the #1 reason that people come to the Big Apple. David Goldhar agrees. He made a special trip from Florida.
We saw it last year.
With an audience of more than 10 million. And this year, expectations are even greater, with more new shows opening on Broadway than in the past 15 years.
And Broadway on Broadway gave thousands a sneak peek of the new shows for the 1997-98 season, including Paul Simon's new musical, The Cape Man. It's all just a taste of what the Great White Way has to offer. And from the looks of things, a likely crowd pleaser. In Times Square, Beth Feldman for the Channel 11 News at 10.
A musical about a serial killer.
I don't know. Only in New York.
Make it about anything these days.
Any great shows lately?
No, I don't get to go with a baby.
We're here all the time anyway.
Still ahead, call it the day of the Raptor.
Out in Midtown, thousands get a free sneak peek of new and old Broadway shows. In Times Square today, where Broadway stars took their acts straight to the streets.
New York, a hell of a town. The Bronx is up, but the battery's down. The people ride in a hole in the ground.
Cast members from On the Town and several other new shows said hello to Broadway at the annual Broadway on Broadway. The event kicked off the 97-98 season, and it featured numbers from some of the hottest tickets in town, including Rent.
Every single day, I walk down the street. I hear people say, baby, so sweet.
The view was great from any seat in the house, and the tickets were free. Nice. A great day for anything outdoors.
You did not need a ticket to see a Broadway show today. Cast members from Bring in the Noise, Bring in the Funk tapped along Times Square. 21 other shows also left their theaters, put on a free street performance. It's all part of Broadway on Broadway, the annual event to lure people to the Great White Way. Newcomers like Lucy Lawless, also known as Xena, that's from 42nd Street, came out with a cast of Grease. And there was a sneak preview. There's the Warrior. These people are from 1776.
Well, the Jacksons, maybe getting back together again.
He brings fans face to face with a superhero, and they're getting up close and personal.
Lucy, what I want to know is, what do you consider a good date is?
Welcome to Entertainment Tonight for Monday, September 8th, 1997. Hi, everybody. I'm Bob Goen.
And I'm Mary Hart. Lucy Lawless answers.
How much weight could you pick up?
Xena's fans come forward with the tough questions next on E.T.
Bad guys, but can she survive a barrage of questions from E.T. viewers? America asks Lucy Lawless, and Lucy answers like a real Hollywood hero.
My name is Damon Burton from Detroit, Michigan, and I'd like to know, Lucy, what is your dream man like?
Well, he's got red hair, and he likes to fish. Hi, my name is Robbie Wink, and I'm from Santa Clarita, California. And Lucy, what I want to know is, what do you consider a good date is?
Do you know, Robbie, I've never been on a date. I don't think I've ever been on a date, that's true.
Hi, my name is Billy. I'm from Los Angeles, California. Gina, I want to know how much weight could you pick up?
Put on 30 pounds just this weekend.
Since he addressed it to Xena, Xena could probably bench press at 230. I'm somewhat under that in my abilities.
Hi, my name is Rad, and I'm from Yugoslavia. Lucy, I just want to ask you a question. What is your favorite street food?
Not one of those. Those churro things, they're disgusting. It's a little heart attack on a stick, isn't it?
More candor from Lucy. She also says that she prefers a slightly healthier sidewalk snack, falafel. And you can call it an appetizer for the Emmy Awards. The Television Academy handed out its first trophies last night. And
the reviews are in for the 6th annual mega concert, Broadway on Broadway.
Right. This is what you call New York.
It's amazing.
Excellent. It was so good. This is my second year. It gets better every year.
It seems everyone who attended the free outdoor concert loved it, with the possible exception of this guy. Broadway's top stars from 22 shows performed live. members seem to enjoy the event as much as the crowd.
And it's really thrilling because it's literally people as far as you can see. It's like 50,000 people. And to sing in the middle of Times Square at the heart of all this stuff, it's thrilling. Broadway's thrilling. You know, there's nothing like it.
In addition to the shows already on Broadway, the concert featured sneak previews of new musicals. Debbie Gibson will star as Belle in Beauty and the Beast. Lucy Lawless recently debuted as Rizzo in Grease, and this is the cast from The Scarlet Pimpernel. So there you have it, Broadway on Broadway, 1997. More than 100 performers took part in today's concert, not to mention the 30-piece orchestra.
You did not need a ticket to see a Broadway show today. Cast members from Bring in the Noise, Bring in the Funk tapped along Times Square. 21 other shows also left their theaters to put on a free street performance. It's all part of Broadway on Broadway, the annual event to lure people to the Great White Way. Newcomers like Lucy Lawless, also known as Xena, that's from 42nd Street, came out with a cast of Grease. And there was a sneak preview. There's the Warrior. These people are from 1776.
Bubba Jackson.
And she'll be here this morning. And which is more fat? French fries, not East Harlem. Imagine having 4 crows appear in your window on the first floor. It'd be serious. Still ahead this morning, we'll open the phone lines to test your knowledge of what you eat every day. And she plays a warrior princess on TV and now a greaser on Broadway. Actress Lucy Lawless joins us, so stay with us.
The building. Good morning, I'm Bobby Rivers. Yes, no. I was playing with her and I knocked the back of her dress off. Oh! Hi, looks like Halloween on the West Side Highway. Whoa! She's going to be talking about her Broadway performance in Grease this hour on Good Day New York.
Brother, we're not worthy. We are not worthy. She's here. Xena, the warrior princess herself. Actress Lucy Lawless joins us when we come right back, and she's going to help the fight. We're not worthy. We're not going to hurt me.
Can you get up on me?
Xena, huh?
Ooh, Grease Xena. Yum.
What? If she's Lawless, it's cool.
8:24 in the city, 67 degrees outside. And yes, Lucy Lawless is here. She's fine. She's tall. She's taller than I thought she'd be. I want to throw over to Bobby Rivers and hit you with the Rizzo.
Ooh, Felipe,
is she bad or what?
Oh, she is all that and a bag of chips, too. And New York City is Xenatown. Grease is the word, and the word is that Lucy Lawless is flawless as Rizzo. We see her as Xena Warrior Princess on TV. She now takes command of the Broadway stage. Here is a clip from Grease. That one day Xena would be on stage singing, "I'm Lousy with Virginity."
Yeah, how about that?
How are you doing, Lucy
Mind you,
Lawless?
everybody's always so disappointed that I'm actually wearing clothes. I've had to roll up my sleeves so you can see more flesh.
Oh, we love you. Just rock. You know that you rock as Xena Warrior Princess. You got the little. I
have got this from BJ from outside this 9-year-old boy, and I have a 9-year-old, so we got on famously.
Has your 9-year-old, has Daisy seen the show yet?
Only the movie. She's still in New Zealand at the moment, and I'm looking forward to getting her over here.
And when she gets over here to see you in Greece, will she also get to see Xena?
Oh, cool. What do you mean?
Hey, now, I read that Daisy had never seen you on TV as Xena.
No, of course she has.
Okay.
We don't habitually watch it because on a Friday night when it airs, she's usually at work with me after school. And it doesn't occur to us to go home and switch on the television.
Did you really get the part because you sang "I'm an Old Cowhand" on Rosie O'Donnell's show?
Yeah, that's
that
really
was your
true.
audition?
Yeah, Rosie kind of cast me.
Well, you know what? We missed it. We missed a little of that number. Could you sing a little bit for us now?
For
I'm an old cowhand.
From the Rio
Rio
Grande, but my legs ain't bone.
And my cheeks ain't tan.
We are going to see Grease. You know we are. How are we doing on time? Do we got a couple of minutes here? You know, usually when we go into show business, we can get all the good reviews and all the awards we can. But we're always trying to impress our mom. How does your mom feel about you as Xena?
She's thrilled. She's coming over. My
She
mum
is.
and my dad are coming from New Zealand. My grandmother, a couple of aunties, my brother from London. Every man and his dog. I have a steady stream of New Zealanders coming through my apartment, so I'm not at all lonely.
Any changes in the TV show for the new season?
Yeah, there's a lot of new stuff coming up. There's yet another character. You know, when I play triple characters or something, we'll throw in another one into the mix. It'll be Warrior Priestess Trent.
All right.
She has a speech impediment.
The sword. How heavy is that sword?
Oh, it's tremendously heavy. You know, it's a 12-pound sword.
Ooh, Lord.
I'm stronger than I look.
Man, you got to be strong to carry a 12-pound sword.
No, if you hit
Milton
somebody...
Berle said that, didn't he?
Is it a real sword, Lucy?
We have swords and swords. You
Do
know,
you
some are
choreograph
rubber.
it? Do you choreograph all your fight scenes?
Yes.
Yeah, I shoot. I write, shoot, do my own makeup.
Listen, I didn't know.
I am a one-woman
Let
show.
him ask, because I'm going to do headlines in the next half hour. Listen, I heard you're into jazz.
I am.
Got a couple of jazz CDs for Subway Players here in New York City. And like Miles Davis and Joshua Redmond and stuff like that. Something for you to listen to in the dressing room when you're doing Grease on Broadway. Can I take the doll back? I don't want to reach for it. I
You
could
can, but you know, I have to sign it and give it to that little boy now, even though it doesn't belong to him.
It doesn't, and he'll get over it if he doesn't get it. Oh, I'm sorry. I did not mean that. We'll get something for BJ. Lucy Lawless, you are flawless.
Not at all. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Back to you, Felipe.
All right, he's still ahead. You haven't missed him. Johnny Mathis will be here in our studios in the second hour of Good Day New York, so don't go away.
It is set to open later.
Turning on your TV.
Plus, Xena goes Broadway.
And you a fan of Xena's?
I like Xena.
I
Any
like
woman
Xena,
with a
too.
breastplate, I like her.
Coming up on E! News Daily, Xena battles Broadway.
Get ready to go grease lightning with the Warrior Princess. Plus, Leonardo DiCaprio,
We're coming right back with more household tips.
including Lucy Lawless, the latest stars turned Rizzo in the stage version of Grease.
Wheeling the celebrity du jour.
If you notice in that poll, one of those women, and we're not going to tell you which one, is just head, shoulder, and evening gown in front of other women in
Heels,
that.
too.
Oh, yeah.
Television audiences know Lucy Lawless as the fiercely independent Xena, warrior princess. But Broadway audiences are getting to know her in a new role. She's playing the fiercely independent Rizzo in a production of Grease at the Eugene O'Neill Theater. Lucy Lawless is the latest in a long line of celebrity Rizzos in the Broadway production of Grease, which have included Brooke Shields, Jodie Watley, and Rosie O'Donnell. In fact, it was Rosie's talk show that led to Lucy getting the part.
In fact, I was on Rosie O'Donnell, and the producers happened to be watching that day, and I sang a song on it, just impromptu. And they rang up and made the offer.
Xena fans may be surprised by how well Lucy can sing.
I think all the hardcore nutballs from the internet, they know, they've heard me before, and I actually do sing on Xena. You know, the dancing for me is the toughest, and the singing is second, the acting, you know, I love. But there's an awful lot to remember. What looks so sort of effortless, or should look effortless and seamless in the production is a whole lot of choreography.
Lawless credits her dad with inspiring her career.
I think it's very important for girls to hear, especially from their dads, you know, you can do everything. You can do anything. You can be what you want to be. And my dad said that, and here I am.
Lucy will spend 7 weeks as Rizzo, then it's back to New Zealand to begin shooting the new batch of Xena episodes.
She is so cool. Next time on E! News Daily, fall fashion has designers seeing red from lips to hips. This color sets the mood for any occasion.
Say where?
Some of Danny's old friends and a few new ones, too, like Kevin Bacon turned fan the flames. And Danny was bracing himself.
They're going to tear me apart. Listen, I give them a lot of material.
I'm going to list all the women who refused to have sex with him. Thousands.
It's like the lions taking care of the Christians. Well, the Jewish guys are going to take care of the Catholic guy today.
Yeah, he better wear a helmet and shoulder pads and a cup, a steel cup, because he's going down.
Unlike the other comedians, I won't be saying anything evil about an Italian-American in New York City. I think we all know why. We've seen the movies.
I'm just here to have fun, and if something comes up, perhaps I will, but, you know, I don't want to be kicked out of here or something.
For the first time in the 93-year history of the Friars, a woman was named Roastmaster. Danny's old friend, comedienne Joy Behar.
It's a woman's touch. It's not going to be the exact level of filth that we're all used to, but I will try to raise it a notch.
I'm basically a shy guy, and when they start doing those things, I may jump under a table.
When Aiello is not
turning up the heat at the Friars Roast, husband and wife Joe Bologna and Renee Taylor, Richard Belzer, Jerry Orbach, Joe Mantegna, and Lucy Lawless. Danny Aiello also took his licks from the likes of Paul Rodriguez.
It is not healthy to speak ill of an Italian-American in New York City.
How about this lineup? Oscar winners Rod Steiger, Martin Landau, and Joe Pesci. Lauren
From a warrior princess to a pink lady.
Lucy's back in high school. Rydell High. Hey, Rydell High guys. Who's man enough to take this Rizzo to the high school prom? Uh-oh. Better behave. Don't miss Lucy Lawless in the Broadway musical that's a blast from the past with an all-star cast at the Eugene O'Neill Theater. Call Telecharge now.
Hey, you can't be a warrior princess all your life.
Musical welcome to school. Rydell High. Hey, Rydell High guys. Who's man enough to take this Rizzo to the high school prom? Uh-oh. Better behave. Don't miss Lucy Lawless in the Broadway musical that's a blast from the past with an all-star cast at the Eugene O'Neill Theater. Call Telecharge now.
Hey, you can't be a warrior princess all your life.
Music.
That's all. Just saying hello to the guy, that's all.
It's the way Xena does it.
Fierce and fearless.
Yes.
Pop culture hero Xena, the warrior princess, currently making her stage debut as Rizzo. Yes, on Broadway.
Who's also fierce and fearless.
That's right. Rizzo of Grease fame, of course. Here's Lucy Lawless. Lucy.
Oh, Lucy.
Yeah.
You look great. You look
Well, thank you.
a bit exhausted. Are you doing 8 shows a week? And
No, I feel great. Only I bought this new cardigan, and it's kind of too short. I keep worrying about it.
It's all right with us. But anyway, you know that we first met her
in New Orleans. And I was very sick.
And
I had the same thing that
Thank God I was well. But anyway,
yes.
she came out and sang, and we were both surprised by your voice. I didn't know you were a singer, too.
Yes. Well, I've forced myself to overcome a real phobia of singing and public performance, believe it or not.
You seem to be enjoying it now.
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm doing Broadway, and it was a really the scariest possible option for me, this hiatus. But I took on this job, and it's really been so good for me.
Rizzo in Grease, sure.
Yeah.
She's got the best role, because she's just such attitude.
Yeah, the second female lead is always the best one. You know, they're always conflicted a bit more.
Adelaide and Guys and Dolls and...
Right.
Now, who's tougher in a no-holds-barred fight? Rizzo or Xena?
You know what? Xena's tougher, but she's also more under control. Rizzo's a little bit more a victim to her own.
Now, how do you play an Italian-American young lady with that New Zealand accent?
Well, I don't. I dropped the New Zealand accent.
And what do you sound like?
You know, how long are we supposed to play babysitter for her?
Yeah, that'll do it. Nobody would think of New Zealand in a million years.
You just spit on yourself. Let me clean that up.
Okay, fine.
You know what, though, Reach? She does a whole lot of, not just accents, but you speak several languages, don't you?
I studied 3 languages at school and university, and I went to...
Unusual languages.
Well, no, French, German, and Italian. They were
Oh,
kind
they're
of
not that unusual. I
standard.
thought it was Greek in Zimbabwe or something.
No, I did learn a little bit of Hebrew. I came back. That's a really fascinating language.
It's a lot of guttural.
Yeah, I really like that, you know.
Can't beat a good guttural voice, huh?
You know, Xena has a very famous battle cry, almost as famous, probably even...
As you?
Well, no,
like
Tarzan.
not even. No. Touch my mouth. No, that's his mating call.
Tarzan in the old movies had a mating call that everybody used to do. What is your mating call like?
Well, in crude terms, you're quite right. It is a gimmick. You know, initially we wanted something like the Tarzan call for this character, and it's a bastardization of an Arabic women's cry, which they do in protests, in happy occasions. It's an all-purpose ululation.
All-purpose yell, yeah.
And I couldn't do it. I couldn't move my tongue the way they do it, so I, you know, made up my own. And really all they say is ah, la, 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 but very fast. You know? Don't tell anyone. They keep spelling it differently on the internet, but that's really all it is.
But it's big, isn't it?
Can we hear it?
I mean, that...
Oh,
Heaven. Now, did that get you in the mood?
Yeah. Doesn't take much to get me in the mood, and that was it.
Can we hear yours?
No, that was Tarzan's scream. No, that was Tarzan. But I have heard a version of that in Morocco.
Right.
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
I see it on CNN every now and again.
So tell us about your life. You know, you kind of traveled around the world before you settled down. And,
I did. I lived in the outback, and I traveled around Europe on a
yourself,
shoestring.
you lived in the outback? By yourself?
Actually, no. I was joined there with the man I later married and the father of my child, with whom I'm no longer together. But
he's still the father of your child.
He was. That's right. He's the father of my child, and a very good one. So, yes, I was living there, and we saw snakes and kangaroos and just outlandish wildlife they had there.
And what did you do there?
I worked for a gold mining company, and we would map the earth. Really kind of boring, hot, filthy work.
A lot of digging.
A lot of digging.
Looking for gold.
Yes, people think that you're down in a mine with a little pickaxe, you know, like with a tribe of gnomes.
Yes.
My posse, you know, with a canary in a cage. But and it's not like that at all.
And where else did you go in your travels?
I also worked for a travel show. I hosted a travel show around the world. I went to Israel and Prague in television, yeah. And I gave it up, though there was nothing on the horizon. I just knew I didn't want to be a presenter. I didn't want to be a big fish in a small bowl, pond.
You wanted to be a big fish in a big pond?
No, I wanted to be I wanted to be an actress, and it'll be my lifelong pursuit to be a fine actress.
So you came to Hollywood?
I didn't. Hollywood came to me. Isn't that terrific?
Where did they find you for this role?
I was in New Zealand. They were filming Hercules. It was at that stage an unknown series, and the woman who had been training for a month to play the part of Xena in a 3-episode arc on
This is on Hercules. Yeah,
on
Kevin
Hercules,
Sorbo.
got sick, and the studio said, no, you can't, don't use that local girl, for goodness sake, to fill in for her. You just used her. Here's a list of 5 other actresses, and every single one of them turned it down because they didn't want to leave during pilot season, you know, didn't want to leave LA.
And you had nothing going on?
And you were there.
It was New Year's Eve. It was New Year's Eve. I got this really great horoscope, and we were all laughing, you know, fame and fortune await you. And we were going, oh, what a lot of nonsense, you know. Throw that away. In fact, I went and dug it out. Yeah.
And it happened. See? That's why you never get sick, do you? Never get sick in this business. Absolutely.
Some of my best opportunities came when someone else got sick. Sandy Duncan got sick, and I was called in to replace her to sing, open for Rich Little. Did my first Vegas act that way. She was so sweet, though. She left a big bouquet of flowers in the dressing room and said, "Dear Kathy Lee, if you're better than me, I'll kill you. Love, Sandy." Which was very sweet.
Yeah, those flowers did have a big snake in it, as I recall. We're going to pause. We'll come back with Lucy Lawless in a moment. This lady's been all over the world now with a career and before the career and so on. And how does she like living in New York? Because it can be a kind of a transition for people, and you seem to love it.
I absolutely love it.
Oh, good.
The people here I find Americans generally to have a very open spirit, but New Yorkers in particular.
They don't get a chance to give themselves a hand now.
No, I know.
I even, believe it or not, think Americans have a slightly low self-esteem about their public, their image around the world. But New Yorkers are so upfront. Any aggression is totally in your face, and then it's over with.
But do they know who they're dealing with? They're dealing with
Get it over with.
Have you had any confrontations on the street?
No, people are very nice. I'm not
You do your own stunts, don't you? Pretty much on
I do the fights and I do the horse riding, but as a rule, if you don't see my face, it's not me. And yes, we work with some really ghastly animals. I'm just waiting for snakes and spiders.
What have you worked with now on the show? Some rats?
Rats.
Hey, I've been in show business my whole life. I've worked with a million rats.
Have you? You've known a few rats in your time. So rats?
No, I've had rats dumped on me.
You actually got bitten, didn't you? You had to get a...
It was just a precaution, but I got scratched. But they were nestling and they were so afraid, they were clinging to me. I just had nightmares.
They were afraid.
They were afraid. No, worse than rats is eels, because eels, their muscularity is such that they can move in one direction and their skin will move in another. So, and they're slimy and they're so primitive. That they're terrifying.
Do you do your battle cry to them when they get a...
No, I don't do anything. I just, when the camera's rolling, I do what I have to do as calmly
as possible. Get these off of me!
And I'm out of there.
But not only animals, she's got a lot of bad guys that she has to confront and whip as well. And here's a clip from Xena taking on those bad guys. Here we go. You're absolutely right. Choreography by the Three Stooges.
I'd only watched the Three Stooges for the first time the night before. I mean, I'd kind of seen them, but I just thought it was one of those guy things.
Oh, they're so funny.
Now I adore them.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you certainly took care of those guys. But there's a lot of stunt work in this show. Can you show us a little stunt?
I would love to. Who wants to hit who most?
You hit Reed.
Why don't you... take me on if you like.
I'll tell you what. Just to prove that nobody really gets hurt in stunt fights unless it's a terrible accident. It's all about angles of cameras. Where are we? Here?
There's another camera over here.
If we're on two here.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're going to pass a hit directly through my
I'm going to try to slap your face
from wide
like this.
to wide. Right. Okay. You can stay quite silent back. A camera has no depth perception, so it doesn't know if you are a foot away or 5 inches.
I always thought they were like this far away, but they're not. They're further than
really,
that.
You can
okay, so here we go. First punch is this.
Okay. Damn it,
Did I really get it? And then what are you going to follow up on that?
Yes. Now, where would we be?
Okay.
So you come a little more here, and you've got to sell it for me. It's really the person who gets it that makes the magic work.
That's right. So I'm going to slap you first, and you're going to punch me back, right?
All right. I'm going to punch you that way, and you...
Yeah, okay. Hey, Xena, take this!
I watched it on the monitor. It looked very realistic.
She's on Grease till October 19th. If you're coming to New York, you should see her. And Xena, the Warrior Princess, in syndication right now. We'll be right back with Scott Hamilton. Come on.
Some members of our party, and we'll see you tomorrow.
In real life, domestic violence injures and kills. But you can get help, and you don't need Xena's superhuman powers. You have a weapon that she doesn't, the telephone. If you or someone you know needs help, call the National Domestic Violence Hotline, 1-800-799-SAFE. Your call will be answered day or night in English or Spanish. Xena would want you to call, so do I.
Good star of Xena, Warrior Princess. Now, Lucy Lawless conquers Broadway. Then, hot flashes, mood swings, weight gain. It's menopause, male menopause. It's not just for women anymore.
Show with women of different generations, backgrounds, and views. A working mom. A professional in her 30s. A 22-year-old just starting out. And then somebody who's done almost everything and will say almost anything. And in a perfect world, I'd get to join the group whenever I wanted. This is that show. We call it The View.
It is Monday, October 13th, and welcome... Columbus Day. I was about to say that. You're right. It's Columbus Day. Happy holiday.
We have a lot of younger people in the audience
sure.
today.
It's wonderful.
Because they're off, right?
On a day that we celebrate for a man who discovered something that was already here with people already there. Okay, but hey. It's clear that he discovered it, so there you go, right? How do you discover something when folks sitting there living there going, hey, how you doing?
He discovered it for his country.
There you go. Not for the folks that was already They need to know. Okay, we're in a weather EMS mood today. Monday. Whoa. I have a quiz for you all, okay? What do these four stars have in common? Rosie O'Donnell, Brooke Shields, Jolie Fisher, Sheena Easton.
They're all Rizzo and Grease.
Yes, you answered that very good. Really? Very, very good.
Oh, you read the script.
I know I don't read the script. You love Grease, so I bet you would. So who's next? Who is playing Rizzo now, Miss Smarty Pants? Me? No, Lawless. Yes. Xena, Warrior Princess. She's with us today. And look, somebody has a doll of her in the audience. She is here. She's traded in the leather bra for a leather jacket, and she's really loving it. And she has big news. She's going to get married. She announced her engagement.
That's right.
That's great.
Everyone on our show today is getting married. Rosie Clooney is getting married.
That's right.
Also,
She's also joining us. Rosemary Clooney, George's aunt. That's how you know her. Right.
George's aunt.
But we all know her as just a fantastic singer, so still going strong. She's back there right now.
Coming up, in her first TV interview since announcing her engagement, meet Lucy Lawless, known round the world as Xena, Warrior Princess.
Our green room is full of fabulous women today, and among them is Rosemary Clooney, and there, without her leather miniskirt and metal breastplate, but still looking absolutely striking, is Lucy Lawless, who has become an international phenomenon, playing Hercules' female counterpart, Xena, Warrior Princess. This once obscure New Zealand actress is now heralded as both the feminist icon of the 90s and one of TV's hottest sex symbols. How do you beat that? Try camping it up every night on Broadway as the coolest member of the Pink Ladies in Grease. And if that's not enough, how about getting engaged to the man of your dreams? She has it all right now. Please welcome Lucy Lawless. You have fans right there in the front row. I see they've brought a little bit of everything of you. Nice, huh? Yeah. Were you listening before we were talking about turning 50? And I know you're only 29.
Yep.
But do you ever think ahead and wonder where will I be then or where you want to be then?
I have thought about growing older since I was probably 6. Because I grew up Catholic. Oh, God, I see these people who are outside the show every night. You can't miss the girl with the pink hair. I grew up Catholic, and we have a prayer, that, you know, the Hail Mary, and the second part of the prayer is, Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death. The hour of our death? What are you talking about? I'm going to die? So from 6 years old, I remember that sort of crushing feeling that I was going to die, and I was always in a terrible hurry. And I remember teachers at my school saying, Lucy, why are you always rushing everywhere? You're just rushing everywhere all the time, and slow down. And
finally I've learned to do that. I had an accident last year and broke my pelvis, which slowed me up quite a lot.
How did that happen?
Oh, it was a horse fall on concrete for on the Leno show. And that was, in a way, the best thing that happened to me in a long time. It just made me slow down, made me pay attention to my family, to my daughter and my partner, and just...
you have a daughter, Daisy, right? Who's 9.
She's 9, yeah. And she was out here recently for about 3 weeks, and we had just a magical time. And...
so you discovered something new about yourself then in the process?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, everything in life's about making lemons into lemonade, isn't it? Nobody gets out unscathed. You've just got to press on,
I want to talk to you about your fiancé because it's pretty exciting. Yeah. Very exciting. Tell us about him. His name is Robert Tappert.
His name is Rob Tappert.
And he's the executive producer, right?
Yes, he is.
For Xena and for Hercules.
Mm-hmm. And some other shows, one of them. And he's just the funnest, smartest, finest man I've ever met, so... Of course I'm going to marry him.
And he'd never gone out with an actress. I read you somewhere that you said that...
Never. No, it was one of those never say never things. Actresses were a breed that didn't really cotton to.
But do you worry now working with your husband? If you're married, will that make a difference?
Oh, I don't see why it should. We're both pretty driven people to do our jobs, our respective jobs, and we don't talk about work. I'm really not interested in hearing about the machinations of the television industry, except as it pertains to my job, and I speak to my lawyer about that. So we know how to keep things separate.
There are a lot of people who are very upset that you're getting married. Women.
Are they really?
Well, the woman in the pink hair, maybe. I mean, I know. Sometimes.
I don't think so. I really don't think so.
You don't. Well, what about all there are so many men who see you as a sex symbol, and you're very, very big in the gay community. What's that about, by the way? Why do lesbians love you?
Because it's the first time there's been a show with 2 female heroes, and it's about a friendship between 2 women. They're both strong women, and they don't rely on a male sidekick to get them out of sticky situations, and I think that's very empowering for a lot of women, a lot of women's groups, not just the lesbian community, but...
feminists, too, see it as a very empowering
thing. Right, and I'm very happy that it fills a niche. I didn't realize, my whole life, I never realized that there was such a hole in people's lives, because I had a lot of strong female role models, my mother, I didn't realize there was inequality in my microcosm. So when I was stuck with this label of being a feminist icon, I was very taken aback at first and wanted nothing to do with it. I felt like I was being politicized, Oh, they're politicizing me. I thought they were putting me up as, funnily enough, a counter Barbie. That in order to combat Barbieism, they were going to stick up, here's Xena, who's a big buff chick, and I felt...
sort of a Ruby, but with a better Barbie.
Yeah, well, kind of a staunch Ruby, and I really reviled that, but it's proven not to be a burden at all, so I'm really happy and really honoured and very proud of my work in our show. It's a fun show, it's campy, but we work bloody hard and continue to work hard to make it the best show we can do. And
when you not do that, you're working very hard on Broadway now.
Yeah, that's my holiday.
You're somebody who had never sung professionally at all and not been on the stage. What possessed you to do it, even to try out?
Do you know, I sang as a teenager. I studied singing quite seriously, and I think it really shut me down.
What do you mean?
Oh, my God, there's me.
You look so different.
Yeah. I sang as a teenager. Well, I think to study anything so seriously as a teenager is possibly a mistake, and I really want to get back to a time when I just sang for joy, just for the love of singing, and I just developed a phobia. And so ever since then, when friends would ask me to sing at their weddings, and I would feel compelled to do it, and I gave just crummy performances. So for me, this was therapy, so I've made the whole of New York sit through my therapy session.
Well, it's working. It's working with us anyway.
Yeah.
Lucy, thank you so much. You're going to join us with the question of the day.
Perfect.
I'll be back in 1 minute with that. Thanks.
Welcome back, everyone. We're here with Lucy Lawless, currently starring on Broadway as Rizzo in Grease. Now, during your performance, you give a bit of the famous Xena war cry, and there are a whole bunch of people out here who will never forgive me if I don't ask you to do it for us right here, right? All right, come on.
Honey, now I know why there's lesbians.
Oh, yes. She is being mean over here. You know what? You did something. We have a lot of people who join us here on this couch, and we love them all, but you did something so genuine. There are a number of your fans here, without hesitating, without coming to schmooze with us. You went over there to sign autographs and meet those people who just really came out to see you. I mean, you really get into it with your fans.
I do what I can to a point, and then I have to go, okay, no more. I need some little bit of brain space for myself. And but yeah, I realize as long as they keep wanting the autographs, the show's doing well. So you know, keep appreciating them.
Thing. And you also we have two special guests with us in the audience. Your parents are here.
My mum and dad, and they'd come from New Zealand to see me on the show, and my grandma came out, 2 aunties, my fiance's parents came out, and they all got on their house on fire, so that was great.
So you're doing the family reunion thing for me here. That's wonderful. Well, we actually decided to do a question of the day in your honor, in honor of your engagement. So today's question is, what is the best advice anyone ever gave you about love?
Well, I don't know if it was the best advice, but my father always told me to look for insanity in the family. and coming from my family, that was pretty rich, you know.
We're big fan. I love it. Go ahead, Meredith, your turn.
Well, I never really got any advice, but I was thinking about this. I remember as a kid, I used to be told to brush your teeth and say your prayers. And I think that applies to finding true love in your life. If you don't brush your teeth, you're not even going to have a first date. And if you do finally meet someone, you better say your prayers, because God only knows what'll happen. So.
Now, Lucy added one to it. What was it?
Always wear clean underwear. Just in case you get run over by a bus. Isn't that what they said?
Yeah, that's adorable.
What do you mean you didn't get any advice? Who's not advising you?
No, I don't remember anybody ever saying anything particular about love.
Just marry any old person.
No, they said don't marry. Really? But be independent, yeah.
Wow.
That's kind of like, and I didn't listen like everything else.
No, and you have 3 beautiful kids.
And I'm very happy.
With a hunk husband and everything.
Exactly.
Here. Where to go?
Move on before I throw up here.
No, mine was, don't lose your identity. My mom told me, don't ever lose your identity when you get involved with someone. Before this relationship, you existed, this person existed. A relationship, or a healthy relationship, should be 2 people coming together and enjoying one another and not becoming self-absorbed with each other's your persona, because then it becomes obsession. But the advice I should have gotten would be, do not date actors, because they all do method acting on you. Been there, done that, got the T-shirt.
Well, like Meredith, I never got very good advice. When I was in high school, my mother said to me, don't go out with guys who are too smart because they go crazy. She said that.
What do you mean?
And it's like the insanity thing that you were talking about.
They're borderline between brilliant and nuts.
Brilliance and insanity have something to do with it. And I married a college professor. So, you know, no,
Did he go crazy?
Joe, don't worry about this conversation. I just want to say to him, you know, say hi to him at the mental hospital. But he's my ex-husband, you know, very brainy, a college teacher. So obviously, you know, it didn't stick. But that's what I was told. Isn't that crazy?
What do you tell Eve, your daughter?
Oh, wow. About boys?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what to say to them these days. Just wear a condom. Not to her, but make sure the boy is wearing a condom if you are so silly as to have sex. You know, before you're married.
Mom over here.
Good advice. Yeah, the advice, you know.
Mine was, my mother says that your life is a pie, and the man in your life is a slice of the already completed pie. And just in case one slice is taken away, you won't go hungry because you have a full life around that man. So don't make the man the whole pie, just a slice of the pie.
Or your children.
Or your children. You know, you have to have a complete life. And
Can you put ice cream on the
Yeah,
pie?
but you can't put ice cream on it. But the other piece of advice was that men are like buses. Don't worry if you miss one, because another will be by in 20 minutes, which is my favorite piece of advice. So we know you're engaged. Have you set a date yet?
We're trying. It depends on finding, you know, the right place. But actually, the best piece of advice my mother ever gave was about do not put all your focus into your children, because children must grow up, they must go off. You have to save a bit of yourself. She had 7 kids.
Wow.
Save a bit of yourself for yourself, because your children will go off. That's their job. And you have to have continued yourself. So that you're an interesting person. We all go back to Mum and Dad's house all the time.
Good advice.
It's fascinating.
I'm going to go talk to your mother over there.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Lucy, for
Can you
joining us.
one more time as we go out? We'll see you out.
Come on, come on. And we'll be right back. Come back.
Happens when a mysterious figure plants hidden evidence